Good afternoon. Let's try that again. Good afternoon. Thank you. It's my pleasure to welcome you today to this official opening of our U.S. Engineering Metalworks facility. My name is Scott Mitchell. I'm the president of Metalworks, U.S. Engineering Metalworks, and I'm just going to do a quick comment, and I'm going to pass it over to Kevin Sears, vice president of Metalworks Midwest region, to be able to be their MC for tonight. I was teasing him because he's quite an introvert, and he volunteered to be the MC and have 300 people for an introvert. I'm very impressed and looking forward to his own comments as well. So we are really excited to have you here today, to see our beautiful facility and to do this opening as well. And we have past and present U.S. Engineering team members, we have city officials, we have community leaders, customers, potential customers, vendors, and guests as well. And we want to thank you for being here. Today our theme is really, it starts with you, and because of all of you, we were able to provide this beautiful facility for the community and for our customers going forward as well. So without further ado, I just want to introduce Kevin Sears, Vice President of Metalworks, our Midwest region.
First time my boss ever got me an applause. So yeah, first and foremost, welcome to U.S. Engineering. As Scott said, my name is Kevin Sears, Vice President of Metalworks Midwest. We are just so excited that everybody took time out of their busy schedule to come out here and help us celebrate the grand opening of our brand new state-of-the-art manufacturing and warehouse facility. We've got some very special speakers lined up. But I think I've got the best part of this whole gig. I get to speak first, and I get to speak last, just like at home with my wife. She out there? Hey, a few housekeeping announcements before we get too far along. So if you did not see the restrooms, they are located in the big room you first entered into, clearly marked on the west wall. In the highly unlikely event of severe weather in Kansas, those also serve as designated storm shelters, as well as the middle area between them. Exits are clearly marked, including the overhead doors that are open. And as a reminder, the nearest exit may in fact be behind you. All right, now for the good stuff. Being part of U.S. Engineering family means community and paying it forward. We are so excited to have with us today CASA Douglas County, the United Way of Douglas County, and the Kansas Suicide Prevention Headquarters as organizations being sponsored. I'm so honored to announce that U.S. Engineering is paying it forward today. For each ticket that is donated to that organization, U.S. Engineering is donating $50. I hope Tyler brought his checkbook. I just did some quick math. That's over $15,000 that's going to be donated to those organizations. Thanks, Tyler. Combined. So please feel free to get more information on the purpose they serve or how you can support them in the future. I want to start by personally thanking the Metalworks Midwest team, as well as all the other U.S. Engineering family members who helped us make the move and transition successfully in here. You all know that I'm not going to be able to mention all your names and you know who you are, but I do want to highlight those who led their respective areas with the move, the transition, as well as getting us fired up here at Lawrence. Toby Workman, Dave Golden, Nick Bettinger, and Steve Schomfeld. Thank you, guys. I didn't forget him. I especially want to thank Aaron Cox, Director of Manufacturing, not just for leading the move, but Aaron was very instrumental from the initial design phase to where we are today, and I know it's going to be where we are tomorrow. Thank you, Aaron. There's obviously a lot of others who were instrumental in this entire project, probably no more than somebody who was given the title project manager from the design through the GC selection through the completion of the project. Brandon Wyckoff, President of Administration, great job, buddy. Big shout out to our sister company, U.S. Engineering Construction, not just for working with us on the logistics and the support, but providing us key resources when we really needed them, and especially the field leadership that worked with us from scheduling priorities to make this the utmost success. Last but not least, I want to extend a big thanks and appreciation to the Planning Committee. The hours that went into this, and this event is phenomenal, by the way, but especially this has to be the loudest roar because my boss is on that committee. So after I say the names, make sure and give it up for all of them. Sherry Lockridge, Scott Mitchell, Monty Holman, and Thomas Kepka. Great job, guys. All right. I think the energy's down a little bit in here. Do you know that we have U.S. Engineering Board of Directors right here with us today? We've got U.S. Engineering Executive Committee in the house. We've got U.S. Engineering Management Committee in the house. Now we've got Bill Daniels in the house. You know, we even got Bob Brunson in the house. I got freaking Tyler Notberg sitting right back here. Speaking of Tyler, I am very honored to announce that we have officially named our state-of-the-art conference room the Tyler Notberg Conference Room. Congratulations, Tyler. All right, let's get the party started with the first speaker. Please give a great big welcome to U.S. Engineering's Holdings President, Mr. Tim Moormeyer.
Thanks, Kevin. Gosh, welcome to our new home in Lawrence, Kansas. This has been going on for 2 years. It's so exciting to see people in here. We've all had a chance to see it as it's been built over time, and we can't imagine a better welcome party than today, so thank you for turning out. In some ways, the ribbon that we're going to cut in a little bit kind of signifies a finish line because this project is complete. But in many other ways, it's the start of a whole new vision of our future and strategy. And we're super excited to get to work in this facility for both the community and for the owners for which we work. Well, I came to U.S. Engineering in 1996, and it's kind of interesting to think back about our transition from fabrication shops in our Roanoke facility, if you've ever seen those, to then to our Front Street facility, where about 10 years ago we started self-performing sheet metal for the first time in 100 years in the Midwest, and now into this facility. And it's amazing to see the progression and that strategy and vision layout with all the team members that have contributed to that. And that brings us to the facility for today. A part of my job today is to thank the team that's been involved in bringing this facility to us today. Our internal team, for sure, Kevin Sears and Aaron Cox of U.S. Engineering Metalworks, Jared Hansen, Jacob Cox, and Jason Katzer of U.S. Engineering Construction, and Charles Hamilton of U.S. Engineering Real Estate. Can I get a round of applause for that internal team? You'll also get a chance to see some of the local community leaders here who were such a big partner in making this happen. So this was a brownfield site that the city of Lawrence had designated to try to redevelop. And we took a chance to partner up with the local community, and really with great partners, we're able to make this happen. I want to particularly recognize the City of Lawrence, the City Commission, the City of Lawrence Planning and Development Group, the Lawrence Chamber of Commerce, and the state of Kansas, each of which get a special thank you for helping us reconfigure the challenging site into what you see today. And I mentioned it was a brownfield. If some of you know, back in the days, this was farmland site. And when you look at this facility and what this venture park can become, we're just super proud to be a part of that. Very specifically, I want to call out Diane Stoddard and Steve Kelly up here on the stage with me for their personal efforts in making this happen. And I'd like to give them a round of applause. Thank you. Kevin mentioned the Pay It Forward theme. We really want to be part of the city of Lawrence. We look forward to partnering with the city, the community, the schools, and our team members that live in this area. So I want to acknowledge all the U.S. Engineering team members that are here, by the way. If you're a U.S. Engineering team member, raise your hand. Thank you for all being part of this vision and strategy. We really appreciate your help. A few of our other important partners on the project are general contractor, who fought through 2 winters, site challenges, difficulties bringing permanent power to the site, and the pandemic, Fogel Anderson Construction. Our architect, who had the vision and balance between form and function to make this the best looking Butler building we've ever seen, Davidson Architecture. Our MEP engineer, who effortlessly collaborated with all the details of a very challenging client, and helped work with us to achieve the systems in this building for HVAC and plumbing, Haas and Brown Engineers. Our structural engineer, who married a very generic pre-engineered building concept to the realities of a selected building manufacturer, Butler, BSC Structural Engineers. Our civil engineer, who became accustomed to making revisions as field conditions were unveiled. As some of you know, when we started to dig out here, we found things we didn't expect to find. Created a few challenges. We had to move the building a couple hundred feet. No big deal, right? Thank goodness we had good partners with the city to make that work. So thank you very much to our civil engineers, Trans Systems. Our real estate developer, who helped us work through the plan, design, and execute our vision, long-term partner of ours, Kessinger Hunter. Our attorneys that got to become familiar with the project as we were deciding to take a risk on a brownfield, our financial partners, our attorneys, Siegfried Bingham. Katie, I see Katie sitting over there. And our financial partners that's been as excited as we are to make this opportunity happen, UMB. Lastly, we'd really be remiss if we didn't recognize and call out our trade partners, who we feel are equal partners in our vision of the future in this facility and performing the work out on our job site. Our local team members that we work with here in Metalworks, Local 441 and Local 2. And finally, one last recognition for Brandon Wyckoff. So Brandon, sitting here, our Chief Administrative Officer, he's been the project manager of every last aspect of this. You knocked it out of the park. You know, I can't say enough about your effort. Brandon and I would commiserate when he had issues. He would share with me some of the frustrations in getting it moving forward, and he managed to overcome every obstacle along the way. So grateful that you ran this project. Thank you, Brandon. So I know there are others that were involved. If I missed someone, I sincerely apologize. Did my best to capture all of that. And with that, I'm going to turn it back to Kevin.
You know, hope you're clapping for Tim, enough for me. Yeah, just real quick. Yeah, Brandon phone calls at 10 o'clock at night during the project, so I know. So thanks, Tim. Next, we have remarks by Lawrence City Mayor Courtney Shipley.
Thank you all for inviting us here today. It's really great to see all of our partners and collaborators on this. You know, innovation is a buzzword that a lot of people use, but it's clearly at the heart of what U.S. Engineering does. And we're elated to have you here, attracting big thinkers and can-doers. We're very excited to have you. One thing U.S. Engineering does that is fascinating to me in terms of, you know, site manufacturing, it's so amazing to imagine that things you all are going to be designing and building here in Lawrence will be lasting parts of other projects throughout the Midwest and nationally. So that's really incredible, the work that you'll be doing. And we all saw another aspect that's really important. Part of U.S. Engineering is their commitment to community as we came in. They mentioned the commitment to United Way, CASA, and the headquarters suicide prevention. That's really incredible, right? Walking in the door, your commitment to our community is immediate, and I'm very excited to have a new partner in those spaces, and there's a lot of opportunities for us to partner to make you more visible in our little town. And lastly, I just want to say that I want to thank U.S. Engineering for investing in Lawrence. As you've mentioned, there were some hiccups in the beginning, but we stuck with each other, and that's a great sign of a good relationship that will go on for many years. I know our little venture out here seemed far-fetched to a lot of people, but it's only with our dedicated partners like the Chamber and visionary collaborators like U.S. Engineering that we can make this a success out here. So on behalf of the City of Lawrence, I want to welcome you and say that we are very proud that you have chosen to share your legacy with us. Thank you.
I don't get another applause. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Mayor Shipley. Next, we have remarks by Steve Kelly, Vice President of Economic Development.
Good afternoon. Again, I'm Steve Kelly with the Lawrence Chamber. Very pleased to be here and to welcome U.S. Engineering to be the newest member of our Lawrence business community. It's so great to be able to welcome a company of this stature to our community. And we know that this will be a partnership that's very beneficial for both for a long, long time. It's very important for a community like ours to not only welcome new companies, but also to work with existing companies to continue to grow our business base. But this is the start of the partnership because the new company today is a long-term partner next week and the year after and the year after. And so we're looking for the long term and are anticipating great things to happen for U.S. Engineering and for our community because of this event today. As with most projects, and the earlier speakers have alluded to this, there are always hiccups. Maybe this one had a few more than we all wanted to see, but because of the collaboration, which has also been mentioned, we were able to work through those, and we came to solutions that were really the result of this collaboration and a commitment to the partnership to make this happen. So we're very, very grateful for that and for sticking to it through the pandemic, through the other issues we had. It looked like the finish line was a long ways away and sometimes getting a little farther, but no one gave up. We kept working at it and we got there. Successful economic development is a team sport. And I want to thank those who teamed on this project to make it a reality. And that list includes the City of Lawrence, who did some great things to make this happen, and all the people there. It was a whole team at the city that was involved with this to make it happen. Also wanted to again recognize Dan Jensen of Kessinger Hunter, who kind of ramrodded a lot of the real estate and worked through a lot of these issues and was the point person for a lot of this. And I know he had some pretty unpleasant conversations at times, but he stuck with it, and we all kept a positive attitude and kept it going. And then I also want to give great thanks to Deputy Secretary Hughes and Barb Hake, who's in the crowd at the Department of Commerce. They did above and beyond to make this thing happen in the end, so kudos to them. And then lastly, I want to thank Kevin, Tim Moormeyer, Brandon Wyckoff, Tyler, for being the partners that they were. This is a great opportunity for the community. There are great partnerships within the community, within business to business, with the university that I think are possible here that are going to bear fruit and be very, very positive for all of us over the long term. So thank you again to Tim and his team, and to Tyler and everyone else for what they've done to stick with it. This is going to be beneficial to everyone in this room and for the entire, not only the community, but also for the county and for this whole area of Kansas. So congratulations for everyone. Job well done.
Thank you, Steve. Now I'm pleased to introduce Deputy Secretary Paul Hughes.
Thank you, everyone. I just wanted to kind of add on to the comments that we heard here today about partnership and what that means. And I want to break it down to team composition. It's who you have standing next to you that's going to matter when you run into the kinds of problems that you run into when you're doing something this complicated. This doesn't happen by accident. Look around you. This is an engineering marvel that you're looking at here. And as a self-professed manufacturing nerd, I know I'm in a solid operation when there's a place for everything and everything's in its place. And when the safety guy spills his beer, he mops it up right away. It feels like home, and it's amazing to see this kind of facility right here in the city of Lawrence. So congratulations to the city, to U.S. Engineering, Metalworks, and the Lawrence Chamber for an amazing accomplishment. But on top of partnership, I want to talk about purpose, because that's really what drives something like this. What you're doing is building a nation, and you may not see that today, but when you see this floor in regular operations, this is infrastructure being built. This is new capacity. This is new capability being built here. In the back of the room, every one of you, especially the ones with the beer in your hand, because that's the get stuff done guys right there. But every one of you, you are the giants that this nation's shoulders we stand upon. You're the ones getting this stuff done where amazing things can happen. These sort of events are important because it alerts the community that something remarkable is taking place here. There's going to be more of it too. There's incredible momentum taking place in the state of Kansas, and we should all be very excited about that. So I won't take any more of your time. Join me in being a manufacturing nerd, and I hope you enjoy the tour of the facility that wraps up at the end of the day here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Deputy Secretary Hughes. You guys ready for the grand finale? Yeah. All right, I'm going to speak again. No, seriously. For the grand finale, give it up for U.S. Engineering's very own chairman and chief optimist, Tyler Notberg.
Thank you. Thanks to everybody for being here today. And I'd really like to reiterate my thanks for all of our team members, especially who are here, who helped us collectively to get to this point, well as all the officials, all the people that were involved in the design, and of course our customers. Thank you very much. You know, over 165 years ago, my great-great-grandfather Gustav opened a tiny metalworking shop in Cologne, Germany. Gustav and his wife Margaret moved the business and the family to the United States in 1889, where they settled in the Strawberry Hill neighborhood of Kansas City, Kansas. In 1893, they opened up Notberg Machine Works, which evolved from metalworking to mechanical construction in the early 20th century. And then in 1914, they did a little bit of rebranding when a lot of things German fell out of favor. So they called it U.S. Engineering. And for the next 100 years, countless craftspeople built and rebuilt us into one of the most respected companies in the Midwest. Over the years, our construction company gained a reputation for helping design and build some of the most complex and advanced mechanical systems in the world. From the KU Central District project, which is right over here, to the new Cambridge Tower at the University of Kansas Health System, to the National Bio and Agro Defense Facility in Manhattan, Kansas, the Kauffman Center for the Performing Arts in downtown Kansas City, Sporting Park, and now the new Kansas City International Airport. Few companies have been more involved in this region's growth over the last 2 centuries. Not only have we remained relevant for 165 years, we've remained essential. We've led advances in the construction industry, partnered with generations of craftspeople, and consistently reinvested our time, talent, and treasure in team members and in the communities where we all work and live. Our growth in Lawrence is no exception. We're standing here today because I feel strongly that the best for us is still yet to come. For our team members, our customers, our companies, the industry, and this region. You know, several years ago, we created U.S. Engineering Metalworks as a separate company to enhance the safety, quality, and speed, as well as the value that we provide to our customers. The name was a nod to our past, but the vision was about a more dynamic future. The biggest mechanical contractors used to talk about prefab or prefabrication, and we did that, prefab. In fact, when I joined U.S. Engineering almost 20 years ago, we had dedicated spaces in all our facilities for fabrication, and we did it better than anybody. Importantly, we also had field leaders who pushed us to do it faster, to make it better. Our field challenged us to do more off-site, and part of that was because our customers wanted the work done faster. But our field felt that pressure firsthand on the front lines. And I personally remember being in multiple meetings where our superintendents and our foremen would challenge us to say, we need to think about what we can't prefab rather than just focusing on the things that we think that we can. And it was this shift in mindset that really gave us the courage to push for ways to keep getting better, because we weren't satisfied. Our vision is to be the best. So more prefab wasn't the idea. We didn't just want more team members to work harder. We needed a whole new model. Our craftspeople face different challenges on job sites than those of us in the offices. Job sites that are often inefficient, dirty, and congested. Our new model would require us to commit to true manufacturing, to a new company entirely. So Metalworks was born. All of this has been a change in mindset, in technology, in process, but, and this is crucial, it's not about substituting the word manufacturing for prefab in talks and marketing materials. In fact, it's not even just about new buildings and fancy equipment. It's about investing in our people, specifically in individual team members who are making those challenges happen. And it's about delivering more value for our customers. In addition, we're committed to helping team members develop new skills, creating whole new career paths, developing new products, and building stronger partnerships. When businesses talk about automation, sometimes that suggests the marginalization of people. But as a team, we really reject that idea because we want to think about all of the things that we can do to help leverage human capabilities to make everything better. Our vision is about augmentation. It's about expanding the skills of our team members and giving them more tools to go beyond even what we've envisioned and what you see here today. That's because we believe our team members are the ones who are going to create better outcomes for our customers, not just the technology or the processes. In fact, none of this is actually about us. It's about what we can do for others. We're here today to celebrate our collective future. You're all part of that future. This is a celebration of our investment in the Lawrence community, the Kansas City region. It's a celebration of what our customers have made possible. And it's a celebration of the tens and thousands of team members who have come before all of us. It's a testimony to all of the professionals in each one of our companies who are committed to thinking differently, investing in themselves, and changing this industry. It's a way for us to give more people an opportunity to join the construction industry and expand the breadth of career options for the next generation and then the next one after that. This investment is about looking far into the future, hoping that one day our future colleagues, most of whom none of us in this room will ever meet, can look back and say that we made a difference and that we earned all of our successes together. So I want to thank all of you for being here again today to be part of this experience. I want to thank especially our U.S. Engineering team members who have made it possible. And I'm almost ready to cut the ribbon.